Want punchier and tighter tracks? Let me show you how. Next on Music Surgery with me, Dr. Bob. Hey you guys, quickly before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And don't forget to check out the Doctor's Lounge, my store, and the links to some great samples below in the description of this video. So, there are many plugins that contribute to punchier and tighter tracks. This week's adventure doesn't deal with any plugins at all. It deals with the drum room tracks in your song. Sometimes the best thing you can do is change the room altogether. Not this room, you freaking idiot. I'm talking about the drum room and their tracks. Sorry, watch this. Why would you do that? That's not... Alright you guys, let me play you this drum track as I do most of the time. Let me just play it for you a little bit here to acclimate your ears, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, there you have it. So what's going on here is I have all the drums in orange, and there's no reverb on these drums, but there are 3 sets of room mics. Here's the first set of room mics. The second set of room mics. And the third. Okay, I've got them all crushed pretty well with Dan Corneff's Pawn Shop compressor. To have a big impact in a song like this, we've got to have that type of power from the room, because if I don't have that, so as you can tell, very important for the type of impact that you get in a song like this. Let me change my nudge palette up here to 10 milliseconds. And what I want to do first off here is I want to find if these rooms are at the optimal place time-wise to get the most impact and the most power. So this is how they were recorded. As you can tell, they're a little back. Let me push them. I mean, when I say they're a little back, like there's my kick drums right here, here are hitting. And then as you can tell, these room mics were the furthest away, these were the closest, and these were the second closest. Let me just move that one up here so it makes sense. Furthest away, because these start here, a little bit closer here, and a little bit closer here. So, let me nudge these back 10 milliseconds and see if I can even get more of a spacious impact. So as you can tell, that's 20 milliseconds. I did it twice. The room got bigger. Why did the room get bigger? Because I increased the space between these initial hits and the room mics. If I put it back to where it was, you can see that's where they were recorded. So let me find the optimal spot. Let me go back 10 milliseconds again, and then change my nudge palette to 1 millisecond and listen to the optimal spot where the room is tight and punchy, but it doesn't get too loose. And then I want to get to a really other extra important point about rooms with tempo changes and different grooves. All right, that's back 13 milliseconds from where they were originally recorded. Sounds almost like a big Billy Squier sound. Now, let me go one room at a time and blend each room into that. That's room 1 blended in. Room 2, and here's room 3. So, if I bring these other instruments in, that may make a difference. Let's see how this sounds. It's really a taste issue at that point. How big do you want the room or not? Now, that's all fine and dandy and sounds great, except for we have a problem here at the end of our song. Our song goes from halftime to double time. Now our rooms have completely taken over. So, instead of turning the rooms down in the mix, I still want the punch and the ambience from those rooms. Let's find a way to do the opposite of what we did in the verse or in the first choruses that were halftime. Let's shrink the rooms to make them tighter to the transients that hit here and make the room smaller. So let me start to go back on my nudge palette by milliseconds, and let's find the right spot for this. Much better. Now we're even closer than we were originally. Let me even take these. Let me make sure I grab all these. Let's grab all of these and let's just do it by hand, by visual, and see how close we can get these to the transient. Much better. See, now our room isn't all flabby at that tempo. It was messy and flabby. So we still have maintained our halftime rooms, which are still big and open. But now let's go back down here to the exact same rooms, but we've just brought them closer. We've shrunk the room. Perfect. Let me play these two without all the instruments in it, just so you can hear what's going on. So, halftime groove with our rooms a little further away. Same room in full time. The quarter note tempo is still exactly 98 beats a minute. So when figuring out where your rooms sound the best at the tempo you're at, mess with the placement of those room mics and see if you can get it a little snappier, a little punchier, and a little tighter. Room mics make a huge, huge difference. So there you go. Changing the size of the room depending on the groove and tempo is huge. Don't feel locked into what you've recorded. Experiment with room sizes and find out what works best for the song or certain parts of the song. You'll see that size matters. Thanks as always for watching. Give me some comment love and a thumbs up below, and hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com if you want to say hello or you want me to work on your music. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.